Hello. Hello. The blue light's on, right? Yep. Hello, everybody. Tiffany here. Hi, that's me. Yeah, I'm Tiffany. But you already know that, right? Because you're here. Anyways, welcome to my quilting life. It's Sunday, where I will sew and you will watch me. Actually, you could sew too. Just turn your TV on and sew. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. He's sniffing around because we moved machines, and he's like, that machine's not supposed to be there. Say hi to your fans, everybody. Say hi. 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 What are we going to sew today? You don't want to be in my lap, do you? You're mad, huh? You were sniffing. Sniffing around, huh? Okay.
He's been in bed since 8 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, he's been in bed since 8 o'clock this morning. He finally got up, literally. Enough time to come in here and go, oh, something's moved. There's a machine on the floor. Because I switched Juki for Juki. So the butterfly machine is over there, and this guy is up here, the DU1181N, hanging out with me today. Because I'm doing another project, and I didn't want to switch out just to have this, just to have that, you know, because, yeah, I needed a blanket stitch. So that's why this machine is out, and that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to slow sew today. So slow.
You gonna say hi to everybody?
All right, yep. Let's say hi to everybody, and then we'll break out the project. If he can get the computer to work.
Okay.
All right. Judy, Beverly, Lois, Melody, Jacqueline, Dawn, Sharon, Polly, Teresa, Becky, Andrea, Ellen, Pat, Teresa, Glenda, Geraldine, Sally, Farouk, Mary, Julie, Susan, Joyce, Donna, Rose, and so many, many more. Hello, everybody, and welcome. All right, so today I got this little kit. I put in the description below this video. I can find the panel online and probably the matching fabrics, but the kit itself, I can't find, nor can I find the store. So if you just click in the description below, there's an Etsy link to what this fabric is that I am using for today's project. It's called Lady Slipper Lodge. And so it has a panel. Let's see what this looks like because I haven't seen it yet. So it has this panel.
Oh, that's pretty.
Right here. Cute. And then it has some matching fabric. So I'm assuming this is for sashing probably. This green with purple. And then we have this purple check or weave, whatever you want to call it. And then a purple with leaves on it. And then this is the back because I read the instructions right there. This is the backing fabric. So it has backing, binding, the panel and everything, and it makes a wall hanging that will yield 20 inches by 19 3/4. That's such a weird size, right? So I'm going to follow directions. Yeah, me, directions. That's what I'm going to do. And Scotty, can you plug the iron in because all this needs to be pressed so that I can properly follow directions. And we're going to follow directions and put this panel quilts together. I don't know why I couldn't just use this all by its lonesome. I mean, it looks cute, but we're going to just make the pattern for this little project here. So as soon as that I switched this machine because I'm working on an applique project. So
you don't need it.
I don't really need it for this, but I'm using it because I don't want to put my other machine back up here just to pull this back out again. There's no point. So we'll just use this one because since I'm working on another project on the side, you know, it'll allow me to still sew because it's a sewing machine and it does the same exact thing. It just doesn't go as fast. So I'm just laying this fabric open real quick while I wait for that iron to heat up. No, I got it.
Oh,
and that
it's
way.
ready. It's green.
It's blinking green. It's not solid green, but
Oh, okay. When it's solid green, then it's ready?
I think so. But we're going to start pressing anyway.
Fancy, I don't know.
It's fancy. Scott says it's fancy. I don't know.
If it's hot, it's ready.
Oh, yeah, it's not hot enough.
Not even steaming or nothing.
Nope.
It ain't ready.
I'm going to put some water on this, though, because this must have been folded a while. My water has starch in it, too. This is my starch spray. So I'm technically starching my fabric. Oh, my goodness. That is a very rare thing for me. Because I don't starch nothing. But I had to.
Can you buy just the panel?
You can buy just the panel. Like I said, in the description below, I put a link to the Etsy pages that for the search. It's the Etsy search for this panel and the matching fabrics for this line. I think I saw like a charm pack and a couple panels and some other stuff. But the shop itself, I cannot find the shop that made this kit, so they probably just don't exist.
They're amazed you're using starch and following directions.
Yeah, starch and directions. You know, something must be wrong with me. Do I have a fever? Scotty, you should check. All right, so let's get the rest of these. These have been folded a long time. This was also something that was sent to me, so, you know, eventually I got to use this stuff. I'm just going to spray it all with my starchy water. It's a mix. That way it's not heavy starch, because I definitely don't like heavy starch. Whew. And it smells. And I don't like the smell of it. Nope, not at all whatsoever. Get it all nice and pressed. All right, that's pressed. I think this one's the binding one. I think that's what it said on the thing. I still got to press it anyway because we're doing the whole project today, quilting it and all. And all of it's going to get done on the ZLF 600 Juki machine. Look at that. I'm going to do it all on one machine.
What kind of starch do you use?
Right now it is, what is it called? Where did it go? Oh, it fell. It fell somewhere. It's a Best Press citrus smell, and I don't like it. It fell on the floor. I'm not going to take the bottle out. All right. So that's the border fabric. I'm pretty sure of it.
You want to tell me you finished your quilt behind you? They're all.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I finished the quilt top behind me. That's from Thursday's breakfast at Tiffany's. I will probably show it in more detail on Thursday, the first Thursday of April. All right, it says trim the large block panel to 11 by 10 3/4. And I don't know if I'm even allowed to give out the directions, but reading them out loud really helps me. So we want 11. This kind of looks wonky. It says 11 by 10 3/4. That's such a weird number. 10 3/4. So it's pretty much trimming. All right, there. I'll trim that off because we're going to need that anyway. Those two pieces. Now we're going to cut this side.
What's Tucker up to these days since you saw him at QuiltCon?
Working. That's what Tucker's up to since I saw him at QuiltCon. All right. Now I'm going to cut this. It says 11 by 10 3/4. So where's 11? So we're going to have to trim that. Let's just cut the darn thing out first. Excuse me. Sorry, the panel's kind of wonky. Most of anything that can't be cut off, I'm gonna, what is the word for it? I forgot the word I'm looking for. I need a big ruler real quick. Hold on, guys. Let me grab out this big thing. It is 11 by 10 3/4. So let's go to 11 this way and 10 3/4 tall. 10 3/4 tall. So it is 10 3/4 tall and almost 11. So we're going to trim this, trim that. And then I'm going to lay it on here and line it up at 11 and 10 3/4. Right there. Using the big rulers that I haven't used in a while. My big, huge OmniGrip 12.5 inch ruler. All right, let's put that back up on the rack. You guys don't even see half of these rulers because they're up on racks. If I can get it back on the rack, there we go. All right, that's trimmed to the size it needs to be. Now we're going to grab the green floral, so that would be this one. And we're going to cut 1.5-inch strips. So I'm just going to fold it on itself, straighten one edge. And we're going to cut how many? Just 2? Okay. Straighten that edge. Cut 2 strips that are 1.5. There's 1. There's 2. And just because I like to cut all my fabric up and put it in my random widths fabric, this is pre-cut for my strips bin. All right, now we're going to subcut 2 that are oddball sized. This number on here. All right, where are we at? 10. Turn the ruler around. And 3/4. Okay, so one of these goes on each side, and then the other ones need to be 13 inches. So we'll cut from this one. And then we'll sew these on and cut more. All right, 13 inches is right there. Okay, and those will go on that. And this can go there. Actually, let's just cut it all out. Oh, no, because it says it varies. That's why. I remember reading that. I pre-read the pattern, peoples. Oh, wait a second. Yep, let's make sure I'm reading what I'm reading. 2, 10, stuff from the bottom. Okay.
You can just make it up as you go. You do well with that.
Yes, I do well with making things up as I go. But we're going to follow a pattern because, you know. All right, and my machine has a 1/4 inch stitch already set up. I just have to try to sew straight by following the edge of this line because I don't have my seam guide on here.
Do you want me to take the seam guide off the other one?
No, I'm good. I'm doing this all on my own.
Okay.
All right, now let's sew the other one on the other side. Line it up. Keep it all nicely lined up. I feel like it sews okay quick enough, but not quick enough. I feel like I'm going so slow. The different machines. you know? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take this and press it back and then add my top and bottom. Excuse me. Okay. So now it should be exactly the size for these. Oh, look at that. My 1/4 seam was good. Oh, yeah, I was so worried because I don't sew straight. It's strange not to sew a certain way when you're used to it.
Did it take long to get used to having the cutter on the foot pedal?
No, I actually love having the cutter on the foot pedal. That is one of my favorite things about the Juki machines. All right, let's add
Do
this
you know
one.
what Juki Ian got for his winning quilt?
He got a TL 2010Q, so he can be part of the cool kid club.
Oh, so you got the regular Juki that you can use?
Yep, the same one that I have, the same one that Becca has.
Okay.
Yep, he's joining the Juki TL 2010Q club. There's probably lots of us in that club, right? I bet you guys, a lot of you have the TL 2010Q. It's a fabulous machine. Oh yeah, that's not very straight, but hey, I'm leaving it. Of course, could be just the panel piece that I cut out was not very straight. Because, yeah, that's a little on the wonky side. All right. I have a little itty bitty piece sticking out right here. Cut that off. Next step, instructions reading time. We're going to cut 2 strips from the one with the green. Let's make sure strips purple green leaf fabric. Measure at this point. Okay, measure it. It is 12 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8 and by 13. Woo! Okay, well, my sewing isn't that great, but we're just going to do what I normally do. I'm going to fold this, make the cut. By the way, this is Holly Taylor Moda fabric, and I'm pretty sure that line is called Lady Slipper Lodge, just in case you guys wanted a regular Google search this. So let's make sure I'm getting all the layers. Way back right there. Straighten this up. Cut that off. And we're cutting 4-inch strips now. Whew. And I'm only cutting 2. And because it's me, I'm going to cut this little tiny leftover piece and put it in my strings bin. And yes, it's only 3/4 of an inch, but it will get used because that's what I do. All right. I'm going to go ahead and cut these to the size like this. I'm just going to lay this on here and let me cut the selvage off because me trying to get that number is not going to work. So I'm just going to lay it on here. I'm going to lay this next to it just like this, nice and flat and flush. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this on here and cut it to size this way because you know what? That's just what I'm going to do. And then we'll get the next ones from the other way. So we're going to put one on this side and one on that side. So I'm going to line it up. That's another way you can cut to size. If you have a small project, it's okay to cut to size like that. And then the next step, I actually have to cut out those pieces off of the panel, I think, is what it said. Because of the cornerstones. All right, so I'm going to press these and we're going to cut out the cornerstones. This is a pretty simple project. Anybody can do this with panel pieces. All right, and I did notice, again, this is not very straight. We're going to make it straight because it was the panel itself on the start. That's what did it. Because it definitely was not perfect. And panels stretch, so just be aware of that if you ever use a panel, even this little of a panel. All right, now we're going to cut these little guys out, and then we'll cut the other sides the same. I mean, not the same, but. All right, let's see. Oh, these are pretty much almost exactly 4 inches. I'm just going to cut it out real quick and then make it the size I need it. Right there. There's one. And this was number 2. And then this one is wonky.
I like your shirt.
Thank you. I like my shirt too.
Tell him who got it for you.
Scotty got it for me. And any of this purple is going to be hidden in my seam allowance because there's some purple, again, wonky panel stuff. There's number 3. I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. Oops. All right, and then we're gonna measure the distance in between that top and bottom because I totally did not do that. With the 1/4 inch seam allowance, it was 13. So we're gonna cut these at 13 inches. Let's make sure that bottom one is exactly the same. Yeah, it was 13. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to cut these 2 13-inch pieces. We're going to sew these cornerstones onto them on 2 sides, and we're going to try to keep them directional. Guess it really doesn't matter what corner which one goes in. I'm going to have a chair and a birdhouse in opposite corners. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm gonna show 'em off real quick.
All right. So I'm going to turn them around and I'm going to put the floral one that he's showing now on this corner. I'm also going to make sure that it's upside down, and the bird down in this corner, making sure that it's upside down because I flipped everything around. Snip them apart and then press them towards my purple. Because the other one is pressed towards the purple, so that way everything is pressed in opposite directions. So I'll put this one on the top and that one on the bottom. So it should nest right up. Hey, will you press this, please, while because I'm going to quilt this whole thing right here today.
Yeah, I did it. What I using the iron mat?
No, because it's a big piece of fabric. I'm nesting this other seam. And then I'm also going to make sure that I'm putting this the correct direction on the bottom, and I am. And when you do stuff like this, you could probably put your pins down in the long corner, but if it's cut exactly to size, then you shouldn't need to pin. Thank you.
Whoa. Sliding off. Running away.
And just like that, I have a finished panel that I need to press because that's all I think I needed to do. Yep, that's it. So we're going to quilt it and bind it. Those seams nested beautifully. Look at that. Just what I'm going for. All right. Cute little top. So there that is. I think it's adorable.
It is. That's beautiful.
All right. So now we're going to, I hate this part, but we're going to spray baste
You don't like the
this
smell of the basting spray.
because I don't like the smell of the basting spray. We're going to
Can we
lay
turn the
this on
fan off
here.
for that?
Yeah, and then we'll turn it right back on again that way.
Yeah, well, that's what I figured. Yeah.
I'm going to cut this a couple inches bigger, about an inch bigger on the two sides.
Let me know when you're ready to spray.
Okay, that's off of there. That's about the size I need. And now we need batting. That's this size. So we're going to go ahead and grab the piece of batting that I prepared today. We're going to cut it to the size of this lovely panel. Basting spray right there with pink behind the picture of Cyrus.
I know basting spray. I didn't know you wanted me to hit it.
Oh,
I
yes.
think you were ready yet. You ready?
Yeah, in a minute. Yes.
Yeah, well, okay, no, perfect.
I'm not going to.
I'm the one that buys the basting spray. I know what it is.
I know we're going to have to buy more again soon. All right, so I'm just going to estimate cut this I don't need it to be too much bigger. Honestly, having the backing bigger is okay, but I really don't need the batting to be too much bigger than the project. And look, I have enough for another wall hanging or whatever it is I end up making. I'm just using 100% cotton batting. All right. Yep, it's scrap from bigger quilts. All right, I'm going to put this on here. And since I don't like the smell and I don't want stickiness on my desk, I'm going to take this over to the iron and I'm going to lift this up, spray this side, put it down, lift the other side up. Oh, Scott's just going to turn the camera so you guys can see. So I always smooth the project out first so that I know everything's super flat. And then I'm going to fold one side over and I spray the batting, not, well, maybe. We need to pin it real quick. Hold on, guys. It will spray if the hole isn't clogged.
I guess we should do that before starting. So you like your new batting scissors?
I love my new batting scissors. Well, we might have to do this project without basting spray because...
Can almost empty. Can we change out the cap for a different cap?
Hold on, let me pull everything out of here too. I'm going to see. Nope. It's one thing about basting spray.
The cap out for a different cap?
It's not going to work because the other ones aren't these caps.
The blue one there, the whatchamacallit?
The other one is a totally different one. Just grab it. Or I'll grab it because you're holding the camera. Another bottle of basting spray. The one that stinks more. See, it's a totally different kind of cap.
Have you tried glue basting with Elmer's glue?
Yeah, and I also have powder glue. I have powder stuff as well.
Oh, this one's clogged too.
Yeah, they're all clogged. I also have powder though. If this fails, I have powder that I could powder it with. I don't have my trash right here. And there we have some spraying. This is dollar store brand, right? This was the one from the dollar store.
I don't remember.
Ugh, stinks so bad.
Did it really only cost $1? Because that's cheap compared to the Walmart one.
Yeah, I think this was the one from the dollar store.
How do you like the powder glue?
The powder glue is good. I think it comes apart easier though than spray. Honestly, that's my own personal opinion. And that's a lot. If you have to do a big quilt with that, I think the powder is less convenient and spray is more convenient. Because you got to think, you got to iron the powder stuff for it to activate the glue. So definitely the spray is better for that. I don't spray a lot of spray, just enough for it to stick. And you can always peel up as well. I always iron too because it always gets wrinkles in it. That's why I do this at the ironing board. You can see smoothing it out with my hands. And then I take the iron to it. So it's 100% no creases or bumps. It's great with little projects like this. Yeah. Yep, turn the fan back on. Yep.
I'm getting a headache and I'm over here.
Yeah, this stuff is stinky. Stinky, stinky. All right, guys, I'll be over at the desk in just a second. We'll get to quilting this thing. Yeah, this stuff stinks. Stinks, stinks, stinks. Whoo-wee. Okay. I need to change out my thread color. And my bobbin can stay that cream color, I think. But we're going to put... I know, I feel like I have glue all over me now.
You need to go wash your arms?
No. I need like a purple color. Like a deep purple. Is this that color? Seems brighter, but it might blend. I could also use a green. Do I have that color green? I may have that color green. It's like a puke green. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mother. Ooh, that's a pretty green. I like this green. We're going to go with green. And we're just going to use the cream that's in the bobbin on the back because, yeah. That way I don't have to try to find me a bobbin because I totally forgot to buy bobbin cases for this machine. It only contains 4 and they're all... All right, so I'm going to pop this white thread from piecing out. We're going to pop in this green. Yes, I'm done with the iron temporarily until I get to binding. Then I'll need it again. All right. The one thing I love about this machine that I don't on my other Juki is this one. The needle threader is so easy to use. Come on. That's only if my fingernails can grab the darn thing. All right. Let's do some quilting. We're going to change this to, honestly, I kind of want to decorative stitch it, you know, because you can quilt with whatever you want, right? So these are so tiny, but let's find a leaf stitch. A leaf. Ooh, that one will work. So we're going to the leaves one. No.
What machine are we using again?
This is the Juki HZL F600. And Scotty just put a link. So we're going to do, I kind of got to match this. So we're going to do, I'm looking through all these stitches because there's quite a few leafy ones. But I want one that kind of looks like this. So we're going to do 63. 63. Okay. And then we're going to test on a piece of fabric how wide it is and what it looks like, because we might not like it. Ooh, that's pretty, but the tension is off. Man. Back to the bottom. I gotta get the tension right before I quilt. Yeah, if you put the camera closer, yeah, it's fine. Just leave it plugged in and bring it around here.
Okay.
I gotta test the tension here. Yeah. Oh, that's as low as it goes. Let's see what it does this way. If anything, I will roll a bobbin of this stuff so that way it matches. I want it to be perfect though. I mean, normally I wouldn't do 2 different color threads, but I don't want to see the green on the back. Okay, that looks good. There's where the tension needs to be. So it went from having green showing on the back, so you can see, to barely, and now it's none. So now it's just the cream thread. We got that good. So let's do some decorative stitching. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my decorative stitching literally on the edge of this green. And we're going to stitch around the perimeter of it with this stitch. So here we go. I'm going to try to keep that center. Oh, this is cute. This was a good choice. And you don't have to quilt like anything. Decorative stitches work, and a lot of your guys' machines have decorative stitches unless you're on a Juki, the TL 2010Q or any of those straight stitch machines. But this allows you to quilt however you want. And yes, I still put the pedal to the metal. As long as I'm following the center line right here on the center of this foot, I'm good. This is so much fun. I like just doing different stuff. And I probably could have stitched, you know, whatever on my own, but I think playing with decorative stitches because the machine is out is a good idea. Might as well utilize it for what it's meant for, which is messing around with all sorts of stitches and having fun. All right, so I'm going to slow it down so I can see and judge where that last stitch is going to end. Oh, good, it lands right here. All right, so now we're going to pivot and start right here. Oh, I don't want it there. Nope, 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 nope. Cut thread pick.
When did you get this machine?
I got this machine last year in, hold on, I'm trying to think. Shoot. May, in May of last year. Or April, no.
Wasn't it for their quilt show? They just
No.
had the quilt show,
So it was February, March. I got it in March. That's what it was. I didn't open it until April, though. I had made the video, but yeah. Where'd my little snips go? Yeah. Okay. Put away. Right here. And start. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Where's the fabric that goes with the panel? No, that's not in the link, I guess.
It should have been. It's called the, what does that say on there? Lady
Slipper Lodge.
Lady Slipper Lodge is the name of the line. I put a link to the Etsy pages, the Etsy search pages, not directly to the panel. Unfortunately, it's a line that's no longer printed, so that's why all I could find was what I could find. So if you're a diehard and you want to do this too, I'm pretty sure you can find it somewhere in an Etsy shop, but it might be expensive. When I get closer to this edge, I'm going to slow it down because it'll get one more. Oh, maybe it'll go right
How
here.
are you lining up the stitch line?
How am I lining up the stitch line? I'm lining up with the center of this foot right here along the edge of the, what is it called? There's a word for it. The seam. So I'm using the center of the foot to line it up with the seam. Trying my best to keep the straight stitch part of this stitch out in the center of that seam. Obviously, I'm not perfect, and you're probably not either, so it's not going to be 100%, but it'll be as close as I can get it. All I can do is have fun, which is what I'm doing. I like playing with decorative machine stitches. Every time I pull this machine out, I play with some kind of stitch on here. Because this thing has lots of stitches. It even has alphabets that can be adjusted in size, the monogramming. Unlike my little brother SQ9285, that one you couldn't adjust the size of the monogramming. This one you can. Okay, that's not going to work. Let's just cut thread right there. Turn the whole thing.
Is that a snap-on foot?
This is a snap-on foot, yes. There we go.
Did your phone zoom in so they can see?
Yeah, my phone can zoom in. Just zoom in by widening the screen or... So it's just stitching back and forth, which is doing this pretty stitch. Is that showing in the camera?
Nope, down.
Right there?
Right bit. A little. Right there. Yeah.
That's the stitch it's stitching out. I think it looks relatively beautiful. What do you think? I love it. So as long as I
I can see it now.
stay on this seam, I'm good. It's underneath the quilt, probably. They're over there on the shelf. No, the line is. The shelf is right here to the side of me. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to cut this thread that started everything. All right. All right, so I've gone all the way around now with that stitch. So let's do that same stitch actually right here in this border as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this, and I'm going to line this center up again. And I'm gonna do this border with it too. So I've tried basting with Elmer's glue. It's very messy and slippery for me. That's why I use spray most of the time. And I got that powder stuff, and you need to have an iron. So for big quilts, I don't particularly recommend it. Little quilts, yeah.
Are you gonna do your binding with that stitch?
I could do the binding with this stitch too. I'm doing the whole thing right here for you guys in one video. All right, go this way. All right, pivot and go this way. Oh, it landed in the corner. Look at that. That one was perfect. I wish all the rest of them did that. This looks adorable. I'm loving it.
Too slow for you, though.
Yes,
huh?
it is too slow for me, though.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, Scott's like, it's too slow for you, huh? And I was like, yeah, it's a little slow. I'm sitting here like, da 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 da. I'm having fun though. Right there, pivot, and go this way. That one's gonna cross that one, but I don't care. Again, I'm having fun with it. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Pivot. Remember?
Yeah.
Friends. An episode. You're trying to the couch. You get the pivot.
Yeah.
I just thought of that scene.
All right, coming close to the end. All right. Move that away, and ooh, look at that. So now this is not very quilt. There's nothing here. So I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go to the big stitches. And I'm going to put some random leaves, different leaves all over this thing. Just because you can see single stitch just a leaf or just a like little whatever. So I'm going to randomly stitch some leaves here to that way everything's all nice and tacked down. So I'm just going to press heart on my machine. And then we're going to go to heart and we're going to press OK. And we want, let's do number 3. 03. All right, so we're going to just put some random leaves in the background.
Do you like this, Juki?
Yes, I like this Juki a lot.
What is it an improvement?
What do you mean? What is it what?
What is the improvements you notice?
Well, I don't know because I've never had any other I like this way better than my brother. I like that it has decorative stitches and stuff like that compared to my other Juki. Again, I'm just putting random leaves all over here in this tree area.
Does the spray get your ironing board all sticky?
Yes, the spray does make my ironing board sticky.
Does it? I didn't notice it's sticky.
If I get it on the ironing board. If I try to keep it on the quilt only, then it's fine usually. Pretty good with keeping it on quilt only. So I'm just stitching out tons of single leaves all on their own. And I'll go through and pluck all the extra threads. I thought it would be a fun little accent for all this tree foliage area. It's very easy to cut all these extra threads later. But this beats trying to free motion quilt all that. Especially since I've actually not free motion quilted on this machine yet. This just adds a fun little flair to it.
How do you just do one at a time of you're randomly.
Oh, because you can set this machine to stitch more than one or just one. And I have it set at just one. So if I keep typing in this stitch, I can type in more than one of this stitch. And it'll continuously stitch it. All right, we're gonna run over to these trees and throw some of these leaves in as well. I think this is fun because then I can put some flowers down in the flower area. And it'll be a one of a kind. Kind of trying to change the direction of them so they're not all going the same way.
Is this thread painting?
This is not.
Can you do thread painting?
I could do thread painting, but that's something I would do on the long arm, not on this. I don't sit down in free motion enough for that kind of stuff. Let's put one going this way. And again, I'll cut all these strings off. After the fact.
Reminds me of Bob Ross. His little happy trees, little happy leaves.
Yeah. I think this is adorable. Make one go this way. So this is kind of like free motion quilting, but you're just choosing a design for it to quilt. Oh, well, that one didn't stitch. Let's go over it again. If I can line it up right there. Ah, look at that. Oh, it's because of my thread. Okay, hold on a second, guys. I got a lot of dust going on right here. Where's my little dusting thing? All right, I'm going to line that tree back up. I mean, that leaf right there. Oh, look at that. It was out of that's what it is. It's out of bobbin. But, oh man, what cream color was I using?
Oh, I don't know.
Hold on, I gotta find what cream color I was using for that bobbin. I'm looking in my container. Give me a second, guys. Containers, plural. Gotta find the cream thread. Is this one it? Yep, this one's it. All right, let me roll a bobbin. Yes, I'm using Aurifil. in the bobbin, and whatever this is on the top, essential thread. I forgot how the bobbin, hold on, I gotta look at this. Goes under there, over this, around this, through that.
We told you to put a butterfly in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, I could put butterflies in here if the machine has one. I have to look because I honestly am not sure. Okay, that's not rolling. Okay, it's not rolling still. Why are you not rolling, you bobbin? There it goes.
Does the machine have butterflies on it?
Let me look. I'm looking at the thing.
Well, now you got me into it. I'm gonna come look too.
I'm looking to see if it has a butterfly. Stars. It has that. Has hearts. Nope, I don't see no butterflies.
Well, 63 would be the closest.
That's what I just stitched this with. Was
Oh.
63.
Yeah, those aren't really butterflies then.
All right, this did not roll a very pretty bobbin, but we're going to use it anyway.
I guess we don't have a butterfly then, huh? That's the only thing that really looks like it. You already used that.
Yeah. All right.
It sort of kind of does look like a little butterfly.
Let's take this off. Did not roll a pretty bobbin for sure. Cap back on that. And rethread. Before I stitch anything, I'm going to check the tension again between that different brand of bobbin, because it might not be the same cream thread. It's close, but it's not the same. Looks close enough to me. All right, where was we? We're at the one stitch that I'm going to try to.
What's the spray basting that you use?
The spray basting that I used is Taylor.
Is it 505?
No, it's Taylor Quilt Basting Spray.
Doesn't have a number.
It does not have a number, no. It's this.
I can show it to them later. I don't know if they'll be able to see it.
Right there. Taylor Quilt Basting Spray. That's what I used. Look and see if there's a flower is what I need to see. to the flower section. There it is. It's a all right. That should be enough leaves. Let's see. So we want to get some flowers down here. So let's just do 15. 1, 5. And we're going to make it as big as we can. And as wide as we can. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, nope, that's not right. Stop clear. 1, 5. Aha! I see what happened here. 1, 5. I forgot to clear out the previous stitch. So, where's my seam ripper? That's what it was trying to stitch a leaf too. Just going to pluck these stitches out. Knew it was doing something different. There we go. Yeah, that's a cute little flower. We just want single flowers. Just gonna randomly just stick them in here. It's like little daisies. Which is kind of what's on here anyway. Nobody ever said you can't quilt with random stuff. It's like little tiny embroideries. And we're going to do a different one too. We're not going to just do this one. We'll do number 11 as well. I'll scatter that in. Because number 11 is a round flower.
Are you going to put fish in the water?
I don't think this has little fishies.
Yeah, I didn't see any fishies.
No, I don't think it has any fishies. But I am being creative with it. I can do waves in the water. But I'm going to still go through this whole section with a different flower too.
How about lily pads?
Lily pads. Is there anything that looks like a lily pad? No. Put one more right here. And then we'll switch to the, well, no, let's put a couple up here.
You're doing that.
This is, Scott's going to move the camera so you guys can see the stitches that the machine does have.
Clear on them.
right, now we're going to go to stitch number 11. So we're going to clear that and do 11. And we're going to add a couple of stitch number 11. That looks pretty shoddy. I don't like number 11. I'm going to try one more time, see if it stitches it funky still. Come on, you dumb thread. Move out of my way. Thank you. Oh. Okay, it stitched it nice there. And yes, I will go pull through all these wonderful threads that are now just randomly everywhere. We'll snip them all away. Do a bit of housekeeping on this. And we'll throw one right here. And one right here. I don't think that's enough little flowers all over the place. Well, let's put one more right here. And one of these right here. I know I keep saying no more, and I still do them.
One right here.
One right here. One right here. All right. You know, I kind of still want to do something through here and along here and here. So I'm thinking this has a pretty floral. Let's see. What do we got? Ooh, it stitches a daisy. Ooh, I like that. Let's go back to 1, 2, 3s. Yes. We're going to go to 1, 2, 3s, and then we're going to go to flower one again. And then we're going to use that's something fun. I'm thinking, guys, I'm going through these stitches. I'm like, oh, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Let's do this decorative one, number 21. We're going to make that. I don't know how wide. Hold on, let's look on this real quick. I'll stitch it on this real quick and see. And no, I don't like that. What does 18 look like? So let's go clear. 1, 8. No. How about 5, 3? What does that look like? Ooh. I think I might like this one. Oh, yeah. We're going to do that one. 5, 3. And we're going to come off this way and then come off that way. We're going to line this up. I'm going to put that needle down right there. We're going to start it right here.
You're going to do ripples in the water?
Yeah, I'll do ripples in the water in a minute. Right. Ooh, I like that. All right, we got to go this way with it now. There's my little snips. I'll get rid of that beginning part. Now we got to come in from the edge because we're lining it up with the purple. Bless you. Bless
Hey,
you.
thank you. Yeah.
Coming right up to it right there. Ooh, doesn't that look so pretty? Oh, I like it. All right, we got to go
Beautiful.
this way now. We're going to put that needle down right there in that corner. Here we go. Look at that. I love it. It makes it look all fancy. It's a fancy quilt now, guys. All right. Just lining it up with the seam. This is how you quilt a quilt. You just have fun with it, with decorative stitches. Ooh, look at that. So pretty. All right, now to go this way. Bring that needle right there. Now turn it this way. Excuse me. Take a drink of water while I try to hold this straight. I lost my cap to my water.
Where? What?
It went underneath me somewhere.
You want me to find it? Is what you're getting at?
Yes, please. It's either under my chair or by my feet. All right, we got one more corner to do with this. I guess this is how I use up a lot of thread, though.
Yeah.
Right there.
What batting are you using?
I am using 100% cotton batting. I'm actually unsure if it has scrim. I don't think it does, though. I think this is the 100%. I think it's my off-white that has scrim in it.
What do you use on your mini bolts to keep them from unraveling?
My mini bolts, to keep them from unraveling, I don't use anything. I just put them on the shelf, and they're nice and tight to each other, so they stay nicely.
Well, yeah, you got a zillion of them up there.
There's so many on the shelf that it doesn't matter how many, if there's a clip on them or not. Some people put clips. I do not. I just throw them on the shelf. I put them end to end, though. So if this mini bolt folds in to the right, then this mini bolt folds in on this side too. I'm going to put those two sides together so the two ends hold themselves. On my big bolts, though, I do use a clip. But on the little mini ones, I just put them fold side to fold side. Seems to work. And then I put them on the shelf.
What kind of clips?
They're metal clips. Let me show you one because it's literally right here. It's just a Pal's product clip. That's what I use right here. It's just is a clip. And I put those on my big bolts. I know, like Becca uses, my friend Becca from Sew Becca, she uses them on her mini bolts, though. But I only use those on my big bolts. I never got enough of them for all of the other bolts. So, all right. While I think of what I'm going to stitch, what am I stitching next? Oh yeah, I'm going to do the water. Let me clip all these off of here. Make a little thread mess of all these little. That way it looks nice. There.
Will you be able to see the stitches on the back of the quilt?
You should be able to see the little stitches on the back of what I'm doing here.
Is that navy blue or purple in the panel?
This is purple. Oh, the water is a blue.
No, this.
Oh no, this is purple.
Yeah.
That's a deep purple.
Well, it kind of looks blue on the screen.
Oh.
That's why I asked.
No, it's purple. Yeah, it's a purple.
Are you going to use blue in the water?
Yep, I'm going to put some blue in the water. That way at least somewhat looks good. Let me finish clipping all these real quick while we're right here. I'll get the back ones after I'm done.
Oh, they're going to be on the back too. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, there's going to be some on the back too. Because I just moved it from one to the other instead of clipping in between.
That's looking beautiful.
I like
You're
it.
doing a great job. Wow.
I like it. I think this whole decorative stitch thing is a good choice. All right, almost done plucking all these real quick. All right, flowers and leaves are plucked. Now to choose a blue for the water real quick. So let me go to my box. And, ooh, this Aurifil right here is the perfect color. See, this machine is not picky on thread, so I could put whatever I want on this machine. Oh, yeah, perfect color. So we're going to switch out now to an Aurifil spool. A little cap thing on here. Rethread the machine. That's out of the way. All right, and we're going to choose a wave stitch. Because one of these is a wave. There's got to be a wave. We're going to do 66 on this back and forth thing. So we're going to go over here and choose 1, 2, 3s, and we're going to go over to this back and forth.
Yeah, that's wavy.
And we're going to press OK, and we're going to choose, where did I go? 66. All right, and we're going to do a wave stitch. So I'm just going to go from one side to the other. Drop the needle down right here. There we go. And it's not straight, I'm just kind of slowly kind of guiding it. And we're going to take a back stitch right here. Cut thread. And come over here and do a small wave right here. Right to that. Right there. And we'll just do another wave right across here. I'm actually waving it as I'm waving it. Stop it right here at this flower. Come to the beginning again. As you can see, I'm slowly waving the project at the same time. Stop right here. And then just tacking the stitches. And I probably could have done this free motion, you know, with a straight stitch, but I like it like this. looks like ripples. Tack it right there. Find my foot pedal that's ever so sliding away lately. And one more. Right there. All right. Waves are now in the water. Let me pluck these starting threads. It back stitches when it does it too, so it's all back stitched. Like it's not going to get washed or anything, so wall hangings usually, I vacuum wall hangings off or I go outside and shake them. Okay. Now we just need something in this purple real quick. In this emptiness, and I don't know what to do in that, but we're going to pull this thread out of here real quick. And the cat stole Scotty's seat. Like always. I'm going to just do something in this purple section. I don't know what yet. Ooh, there has this stitch that's like a droplet. I'm going to try. I'm going to look. We're going to see what it looks like on a scrap real quick. And then we'll see, because I might want to do this droplet stitch across it. All right, let's see what this droplet stitch looks like. So it's under the heart. And it's number, I put my glasses on so that I could see, 35. Let's see, 35. Let's stitch it real quick. Oh, okay, hold on a second. That's not going to work.
You're going to outline the house?
No, I'm not going to outline the house. I mean, I could, but no. I don't like this. I'm going to choose. I mean, do I have to quilt in that area?
In which area?
This purple.
It's up to you.
What do you guys think? Quilting or no quilting in this purple section? I mean, I went around the seams and then I did all the little
like the water. I haven't
leaves
seen the
and
water.
stuff. And then the water section, you know, I did all that.
And this to that. These do kind of look like little butterflies if you look at them real close.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, should I or should I not quilt in the purple? Because if I do, I can just do a straight line, 2 of them in each one. You know, like
got 3 nodes, 4, 5 nodes. 1 says meander.
The other option, like I said, is like just 2
Most are
straight
saying
lines.
just leave it.
But I'm kind of thinking of leaving it just like this little area in these corners. I'm thinking about leaving those because I decorated the panel part itself. So I think I've done a lot of stitching on here. And I still have to clean up all this thread on the back.
You're getting the majority saying leave it.
Yeah. Okay. We're going to leave it.
It's leaving it.
All right. We're going to put the camera back so that we can trim this. Okay. Camera's moving.
I figure out how to zoom out now, too.
Oh, let me zoom out.
There it is. You see that?
Yeah.
I know how to do it.
Okay. All right. Don't need that. While I'm getting everything ready to do the binding. There is a wall hanging on the wall. Scott's going to show it right now with the camera. A wall hanging. It's not a wall hanging, it's a table runner. Sorry, he confused me. So here's a table runner hanging up here. Can you guys see that? We're going to auction that off real quick.
Easter colored.
It's Easter themed pretty much. So, you know, if it goes out today, you can have it before Easter. But anyways, it's just a thing, and we're going to start the auction at $5. So it's just a little table runner. Size wise, I have no idea what it is because Scott's going to do it while I trim this. Actually, it's right here, so I'll do it. It is 14 1/4 wide, and point to point is 39 inches. So 14 by 39 is what size that is. All right, so I'm going to trim this and then get that binding on here, or cut and started. So some people don't know this, but you can use I'm going to use this really humongous one because it's probably the size of this whole entire quilt almost. So you could take a square ruler like this that's covered in dust because I never use it. And you can line it up on your side and your corner right here. And you can get that perfect corner when you trim. So you would trim right here. And then you would trim this side. And since this is a small quilt, all I literally have to do is turn it, line up that next corner, lining up this edge and this corner right there. Perfect. Finish trimming this. Trim this. Go to the next corner. Line this edge up with the ruler. Line this edge up with the ruler. Finish that side. Start that one. All I have left is this corner. 90% of the time, though, I just use one of these. But these square rulers, a lot of people do this with the giant squares for the corners of their big quilts. I'm kind of lazy, and I just trim. Unless it, like, needs to be trimmed a different way. Like right here. All right, Scott's going to turn it so you guys can see the back.
Beautiful flowers.
It has flowers. And then I'm just going to pull this extra batting off of here because this goes in my strings. And this goes in my garbage. And the sticky stuff is already gone because I didn't really spray it around the edge. I mainly sprayed it where the panel is. So all that is still good. All right, now we're going to cut up some batting. I mean, not batting, binding strips. And I'm pretty sure it gave us enough for 2.5 inch strips, but let's see. Oh no, 2 1/4 strips. 2 1/4 inch. I don't want to do 2 1/4, but I will because, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this at 2 1/4 inches. First, I'm going to straighten the fabric. We're also going to put this away, or else I'm going to hurt myself. What is it at?
35.
It's at 35. I could do 2.5 because there's 1. How many inches is here? 9. I can get 3 out of this. 1, 2, 3. No, let's do 2 1/4. Let's just do the tiny one. 1. 2. And I only need 2. 1, 2. I only need 2 strips. All right, so I'm gonna hook them together on the diagonal. And I'm just gonna keep with this thread here, but I'm just going to put a straight stitch on. Oops. We're clearing that. We're going to go, nope. Yep. Okay. And straight center stitch. So I'm just going to make my binding, and then Scott, can you turn the iron on, please?
Yep.
Sewing from corner to corner. Oh, and I definitely want a smaller stitch length because I don't like it that big. I don't have seam tape, so I was just guessing from my corner to corner here. I'm pretty good at the guessing when it's small pieces like this, but anything bigger, and I really need that seam tape to have my corner to corner. And I save all of my cutoffs. So these go down under here, and this goes in the garbage. And now I'm going to press this in half. When the iron is warm.
Okay, so we'll move.
And Scott has to move out of my way. What was it? What are we at?
40.
40. Press this real quick in half. I'm pretty quick about it. As soon as that iron is hot. Come on. Right there. Thank you. Oh, let's open that seam real quick.
You need a hand?
Nope.
You sure?
Yep.
Looks like you're having a hard time. I could provide 2 more.
Nope.
Okay, let's turn the camera so we can see how she's doing.
Just pressing my seam open and folding it in half. Scott has stuff in my way, so, or else I'd be done by now.
I'm sorry, we could move it off.
Oh, it's fine.
Well, here, while you're doing that, just call it
40 going once, 40 going twice, and sold to who? Lisa's Quilting Corner for 40. I have no idea. Yep, Lisa's Quilting Corner. All right, Lisa, don't forget to email us at tiffanysquiltinglife@yahoo.com. All right, let's put this back on a 1/4-inch seam. I gotta remember how to do that again. All right, press the 1/4-inch seam, and we're gonna tack this on to the back, which I still have to go through and pluck all the threads on the back side, but for now, we're just gonna put the binding on here. And I'm also going to grab a seam guide because I really struggle with keeping straight. And I don't have one at this machine, so I gotta grab it off of another machine. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay this on here. I should be able to go all the way around with a 1/4-inch seam. Yes.
Okay.
All right, Scotty's also gonna hang up another auction. It is just a cute little, the measuring tape is over there on the thing. Right there. It's right there.
I was going to use the real measuring.
No, it's right there. It's the same thing.
Okay, well, I'm doing it.
All right, we're going to start this one off at $5. It's just a little table topper. Again, perfect for Easter. It's 24.5-inch square. All right. So I pivoted. Now I'm just putting it over this way. Come coming on the edge. Okay, good, it did. I forgot to do a stay stitch all the way around the quilt top, guys.
You're gonna need the iron again, right?
No.
No?
No, I
After you're
don't.
done?
I don't need it. No.
Okay.
I forgot to stay stitch around the edge, so I'm making sure that it's not folding my edge of the quilt top over. Oops. I should have paid attention to that in the first place, but I didn't. But so far, I didn't fold nothing over, so that's good. There, pivot. I gotta fix right here though, because I seem to not so straight even with the seam guide today. Scotty's gonna take it up close for you guys to see. It's just something I made off camera. I tend to make a lot of projects off camera, if you guys didn't know. So he's bringing it close for you to see. It's quilted with a flower meander with loops all over it. And the cat is eating Scott while he's trying to stand there and show you guys. Thumper is the weirdest cat ever. He sleeps all day and then lays in this chair and wants to eat you. Ugh.
He's not eating, he's pawing.
Pawing at you, whatever. He wants to play. And then as soon as this live stream is over, he's going to go right back to his bed again.
Tell them when they email us with their address.
Email with the address and how you want to pay. Those that win. And let me know if you want me to sign it. Because I don't put tags on these little projects. And it's free shipping within the US. I need to go back a stitch. Nope. One stitch forward. This one is not as easy for me to judge as the other Juki, where this corner is.
I'm at 45.
We're at 45. Whoa, whoa. Don't fall off the table. The blade's not out, so you're not going to get hurt.
I wasn't worried. I was worried about you. I'm not worried about me. You're going to get stuck.
All right, now I'm going to connect my two ends together. It would be nice. Or it'd be nice if I had it. We're at 2 1/4 on this one, so I need my snips. Come over about right here, and then we're going to come over 2 1/4. This way, we're just going to use the fabric as the guide of where it's supposed to be. And then snip this off. And then sew the two ends together. Bunch up the little quilt. I didn't give myself much room here. All right, and I'm going to...
Are you doing a decorative stitch on the binding?
Yeah, when I turn the binding around, I'm going to decorative stitch it, yes. I usually don't, but I'm going to. What'd you say? All right, 50 going once, 50 going twice. So for 50 to who?
Dawn.
Dawn to Dawn. All right, I know that lays nicely, so I'm just going to cut away a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Then I'm going to finger press this seam open.
Now we got room for that one. That'll be our last option.
All right, finger pressed it open. Now I'm just going to go ahead now and stitch the rest of the way. All right, so now I'm just going to fold it around and we're going to decorative stitch it all the way around. So I'm just going to start like halfway. We're going to choose our decorative stitch. Let's see. What can we use for the final stitch? We have that one for that. Let's do... Ooh, I like this one, 10. Oh, but it's going to go the opposite way though, huh? Let's see which way it goes real quick. 10 on the heart side. So let's press heart. Press OK. Oh, the bobbin seems good right now, but as soon as I stitch a decorative stitch, it's going to change. 1, 0. Let's see what this 1, 0 looks like. Where'd my... There it is. No, it goes the wrong direction. I don't know how to flip it. So let's choose one that goes the opposite direction. That doesn't... Well, none of these go the opposite direction, and I really don't want to stitch backwards. I've never stitched binding on backwards. You know, where you go this way instead, so put all of this under the throat space and then go backwards. I mean, I can do these lovely stitches the backwards way, but yeah, that's not going to work. I mean, it looks nice. It looks cool too, because it's a straight line stitch with a leaf that comes up from it. You know what? Let's do it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to stitch backwards. I've never done this before. So you guys are going to see this live right here. Me doing something I've never done. We're going to try it. I mean, it should be the same concept, right? So I'm going to lay this on here. I see where that needle is landing. And I'm just going to start stitching and see how this works. Okay, I like that. I have never done this backwards thing. I would not suggest it for a large quilt, though, because that's a lot to try to fit in the throat space. Oh, I have to do it over and over again. No.
Same thing. Okay.
So I have to put, what number was this again? 10. 1, 0. 1, 0. 1, 0. Sorry, I have to enter these in more than once.
Oh, do you want me to move the camera over there while you do the binding?
If you want to. But don't zoom it in too much, because, yeah.
It really goes too fast now.
The monster stole his seat, so Scotty's complaining. Okay, so now I got to start it over again.
So flowery.
All right, so my normal corner is to go up and then over. This is going to be weird holding it the opposite direction. Never do this. That'd be very careful here. Give me a needle right here. That's how I'll keep it down. Right there. So I got to stitch slow on this one, guys, because I'm holding it with a needle. Right here. Give me a flower stitch. There we go. Okay, now pivot into the machine. Ay, ay, ay. I feel so weird doing it this way. Let me put that needle back down. We gotta adjust this real quick. But look at that stitch. Doesn't that look super awesome? Oh, I love it. So just know you can stitch your projects backwards if you like a stitch really much, really a lot. I probably should have put binding clips on. I didn't think about that.
One lady says, I love watching you so slow.
You must love to watch me so slow because it never happens, for one, and for two, you can actually see what I'm doing. Where'd my little snippies go? Come on. There we go. I'm not used to folding it this way, so my fingers are actually tiring faster. I have no idea. I don't know. I have to look at the manual probably. Okay, let's fold this up. Gotta put all those threads under there.
Turning out beautiful.
Hold on.
Look at that, you're almost done too, aren't you?
Almost, getting close. Okay. Give me a binding clip real quick. On my little bin. Just one. Oh, you could have reached into the regular basket. There's a regular basket right here.
Oh, I didn't see it. I
it.
just saw the thing, the bag on top. I didn't see there was. Sorry.
Let's get that mitered corner, even though it kind of really doesn't matter, but it kind of does at the same time. But I need my.
You forgot. We're supposed to take this back. That's fine.
All right. This corner is not as mitered as the rest because I need one more stitch. It didn't land where I would have liked. So we're gonna hold that down just a little bit further. I'm gonna just put some binding clips on here, guys, because my fingers are not having
more?
it.
I can get you more. I'm sitting right here. How many do you need?
I got some.
Right here.
Oh my goodness, come on. Just stay already. Thank you. Okay. There we go.
Get you anything?
Nope. I'm going to do this one this way. Let's see how that turns out.
What are the designs?
What?
What is the design? The stick?
Oh, it's a leaf and flower. It's just a leafy thing. Sorry guys, I'm going to pre-fold this over. Most of the way down. My mitered corners really don't matter on this, it seems, because the way the stitch lands, not my fault. Let's just do it anyway. I'm literally on the last and final side.
Oh, almost done.
And then this strange little project with all this cute little stitching will be done. We do have to trim off all the little threads on the back though. And I'll hold it up to the camera to show you guys how this binding stitch turned out. And I'll have to get my manual to see if it is possible to mirror the stitches. Oh, no, no. All right. All right. You can move the camera now. You can move the camera now. What size what?
Bobbin do you use?
I have no idea what size bobbin this is for this machine. It's not the same as the other Juki. This one takes the plastic bobbins. All right. Yes, Ian, I'm live. All right, camera should be where it's supposed to go. There's a little bit of rippling right here. Maybe I should have stitched in that, but I'm not going to worry about it because steam from the iron should help it lay a little bit better. We're going to cut all this away and then I'm going to show you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just going through and plucking all these stitches on the back side. There's a lot of them, so I'm gonna make sure I try to get them all.
What size binding do you normally use?
I normally do a 2.5-inch binding, but this time I did 2.25 because that's what it said to do. But I had enough fabric to do 2.5, but 2.25 worked because it's a wall hanging. Big quilts though, like big bed quilts, I always do 2.5. It's very, very rare that I put 2.25 on a big, huge quilt that I got to manhandle through the machine, you know, because that's a lot of weight. And the tighter the border, the harder it is with all that weight of a big quilt. This is just all my start and stop stitches, by the way, because I did single stitch instead of multiple stitch. So there's always going to be that thread tie off on the back side where you break thread. A lot of snipping, but
What's your favorite part of the quilting process?
my favorite part of the quilting process is all the parts of the quilting process. I love every step. I love to choose the fabric. I love to piece the top, cut it up, actually cut it up, then piece. I love to quilt it. I love every single part. I like to bind it. As you can tell, I also like doing different ways of things like this. I like playing with decorative stitches. I definitely like it because this new Juki has way more than my old brother machine, which I still have the little Pinto machine, but that's just for when I have company. That one really doesn't ever get used. That's for people that are.
Gets to use it, right?
Eric gets to use it, but technically he can use a TL 2010Q when he's here too, because I have that extra one of those as well. But when I teach people in person here at home, I could either start them off on the little brother machine or this machine or that I'm currently using, which is the Juki, or I can put them on the TL 2010Q. It just depends on if they've sewn before, really. I'm making this thread mess here. I can't tell where all my little stitches are. If I miss any, oh well. It's not like it's going to matter. It's just a wall hanging. They're on the back side. Nobody ever sees the back of a wall hanging.
Well, why don't we show them and do the option and you cut all that tomorrow? You're getting tired, honey.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm literally done right now. This is all of it.
So you're done with the quilt behind you?
The quilt behind me, I am not done with the quilt behind me. I need to quilt it.
Well, obviously you need to quilt it.
Yeah, I'm done with the top. Yeah, the top is everything I need it to be. It's got a border and everything. Okay. I'm going to shake it off. And we're going to turn it this way. Move all that out of the way. And come close, and Scotty can tip the camera down. So you guys can see that decorative stitch around the binding. Can you see that? So it's like a little leaf flower petally thing. And it's not perfect. You can see like this corner of the binding, it's random because I didn't stop it like completely and change the stitch out for a straight when I pivoted, you know? But it has all the other decorative stitching, all the leaves in the trees, the waves in the water.
Somebody can start bidding if they want.
So I'm going to auction this off if you guys want to own this.
Let's do the back.
And this is what the back looks like. We're going to start it off at $5. And you guys could have fun. You really can't see the stitching that well from the back. Only because it's a
That's
matchy
Claudia.
thread.
She meant 5 or 50.
Claudia, did you mean 5 or 50?
Yeah, she just started there. I don't know if she actually meant 50 or if she hit that wrong. Oh, no, she means 50. Okay.
She means 50, so it's at 50.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's so pretty. I like it. And I like that the straight stitch goes around it too, because it holds that binding down completely all the way around the edge, you know? But I love the stitching around here. I should have did that in more places. I should have made this stitch the rest of the way on this side, because I think that decorative stitch is very pretty and elegant looking.
Tell him Dawn 60 came in first.
Dawn 60 came in first.
Never mind.
No,
Dana went up to 65.
it's at 65. Oh, it's I can tell you right now. It's 19 by 20. It's 19 by 20. It's supposed to be 19 3/4 by 20, but it looks like it's 19 by 20. And that's probably because I added decorative stitching around the binding, you know. I don't know. It's anything. Any reason. I like it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Anyways, what is it at?
70.
70.
I think Dawn is bound to get there. They're trying, but she's on it.
Dawn wants it. She's like, it's mine. You can see all the little flowers. Look at all those cute little flowers. I think they look so cute. Just standalone little decorative stitches. So you know that you can play with your quilting just by using the decorative stitches on your machine.
Okay, Dawn is at 70.
Dawn is at 70.
Let's see, anyone else?
Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. Dawn at 70 going once, 70 going twice, and so to Dawn. For 70, Dawn, don't forget to send me an email. Let me know if you want me to sign it, and let me know your address and how you want to pay. All right, guys. Look at that. If you tip the camera back up. Tipping the camera back up for me, and then put that over there.
I will. Put the camera back up so we can see you.
I have some lovely scraps left from this project to go in my scrap bin. So all this is scrap. Look at that. I mean, because I'm not going to waste any of that.
No, we don't waste anything.
Yeah. Oh, that strip's going to fall. Those are my two for my random width bin. But yeah, look at that. I love it. It's so adorable. I think I'm going to do that more often.
Can you add more decorative stitching?
I could add more decorative stitching if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it. Just like the corner right here. This corner right here got messed up with the stitching, but I really don't want to pluck that out, so I'm just going to leave it. I don't care. And I'm pretty sure Dawn is not going to care. She's going to be like, oh, it's so beautiful. Anyway. All right. So what time is it?
7:23.
Oh, look at that. So we have gone over by just a little bit, but I did finish a whole entire project. And I had fun doing it. Just remember, you can do this too with any decorative stitch on your machine. If you have decorative stitches. If you don't, then you're kind of screwed. But you can do it on an embroidery machine too. If you have an embroidery machine, you can load this in the hoop and quilt it too. You know, you can do whatever you want. And just put little random stitches here, there, and everywhere, wherever you want them, because I think it's adorable. All right, guys, any questions?
Hold on. It's going down.
No questions? Okay. Well, if we have nothing, I'm going to go ahead and put my feet up, because my feet have been swelling a lot lately, and they are swollen now from sitting here way too long. So, all right, guys, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be on tomorrow with a mail opening, because I got lots of mail to open. Lots and lots and lots of mail to open. I don't know what's happening here, but the mail just keeps coming and coming and coming.
Oh, how do you sign your quilt?
How do I sign it? With a
That's a good question.
signature. And lately I have been using these fabric markers by Lelix, Lelix. And they have two different kind of tips. So you can color on fabric with these. Like you can quilt something on a long arm and then color in between those spaces with these fabric markers, because they also have a fine tip, and then it has like a Sharpie tip, like a board type one. So fine one for signature and a board type one. So I've been using these to sign quilts. At least the ones that I could actually get a signature on, because I didn't use black on the back. With black fabric, I can't sign it. So, but that's how I sign quilts, with my name and then just the year. So, any other questions?
Where did you get the pattern where you used the rail fence and X block?
Rail fence and X block. I have no idea about that.
Looking for the pattern where you use a rail fence and X block. Can you help?
I
think
don't
it's one
know.
You did. I think she means something you did, or
It's-
she just
If it's
about...
something that I did, there's probably not a pattern. Check the description of the video, because that's where I would write whatever in there. But I have a few patterns. If it's four-way stop, that's the only one I can think of that has an X. If it's the quote four-way stop, I think I wrote like a general thing, but it's kind of sloppy. So I'll have to check my computer. You can email me and I can see later, but it's better to know what video you're talking about, because I have no idea. If you know the name of the video, then let me know. And I can let you know. All right. Well, thank you guys all for hanging out, and I will see you tomorrow if you're on. So, or next Sunday. Bye, everybody.